Exposing your Homelab to the internet is easy, but exposing it securely is a completely different story. A lot of self-hosters rely on Nginx Proxy Manager, Caddy, Traffic, and tools like this. But those are just reverse proxies. They just route the traffic to your services. They don't actively defend your applications against web attacks. But today, we are looking at SafeLine, a self-hosted web application firewall that sits in front of your services and helps detect and block malicious requests before they reach your applications. Not only this, you can also access your applications using your own .com domain and a free SSL certificate. It has a ton of features, I can't cover them all in the intro, that's why talking is cheap, let's get started. Alright, here we have the SafeLine GitHub repository. If we scroll down a little bit, here you see how it works. So here you have the internet, and here you have your SafeLine WAF, which stands for Web Application Firewall. So here you have a nice user, he wants to access your Nextcloud, let's say, he enters your URL, and he lands to SafeLine WAF. They check if the connection is okay, and then he got redirected to your website, or your Nextcloud. And here we have the bad boy. He tries to push some bad stuff to your applications, like some malware, or he tries to do some vulnerabilities scans. SafeLine detects this, and it tells him, not on my watch, get the hell out of here. And to achieve this, you have to install SafeLine on any sort of server you have. But the problem is, you need a server that has a static IP address, which means your external IP address must stay the same the whole time. You can ask your ISP if he can give you a static IP address. I already tried this, they say no. And that's why I will install SafeLine on a VPS. So I will install SafeLine on my Hostinger VPS, connect my own .com domain to it, then I will connect this Hostinger VPS to my Homelab using WireGuard, and then I will be able to access my stuff. So I will be able to go like cloud.libre-data.org, which will send me to my Nextcloud. And let's start installing. I will go to Hostinger first. You can just create an account and go to VPS. Here you can choose the server location. I will go with Germany. For OS, I will go with Ubuntu and select. Here you can create a root password and next. I don't need any of these, so next. And here you select your plan. I will go with the smallest one, it's more than enough. If you go with 2 years, you will have to pay $6.5 a month. And if you use my code, you will get another 10% off. So you enter it here. This is the code, don't forget it. And then you just click on pay. I already have a server, so I will not buy this one. After you buy your VPS, you will land to this page. Before doing anything, just go to security and firewall. And here you have to create a firewall for your Hostinger VPS. So just click on add. I will call it SafeLine and edit. Alright, we will need the following rules. So first we will need TCP22, which is to connect to SSH. We will delete this one after we install SafeLine and the whole WireGuard stuff on this VPS. Source anywhere and add. We will also need TCP443 for HTTPS from anywhere. And we need TCP80 for HTTP. So you need to enable 443 and 80 because else you won't be able to issue an SSL certificate. Source is anywhere. We will also need TCP 9443, which is for connecting to SafeLine. I will also delete this one later. Anywhere. And for the WireGuard itself, you need to enable UDP. Make sure you are selecting UDP this time, not TCP. And the port is 51820. Source is anywhere. Now let's go back and enable the firewall. And here they are telling you, changes in firewall may take 5 minutes to apply. Just take this in consideration. So I will connect to the server. Yes. And enter the password you have created during installation. We are in, so just install the system updates. Just type apt update and apt full upgrade. Yes. The system is now up to date. We are ready to install SafeLine WAF. Just go to their website. So you go to SafeLine documentations, deploy, and just copy this bad boy. It is a one command installation, so just run this bad boy and then follow the wizard. I will go with one for install Docker. Installation path is okay, just hit enter.
A few moments later.
And it's done. Here they are telling you, this is your login username and your password. Make sure to change this, so I will copy it. And here you have the link to your SafeLine management panel. So just copy this, paste it in the web browser, and enter. Connection isn't private. I know, it is my server, it's okay. The username was admin, and you already saw the password. And we are in. This is the dashboard of SafeLine. So here you have your traffic analysis, how many requests, how many views, how many visitors. Here we have a nice map with where connections are coming from, queries per second, the number of logged connections, IP addresses, errors, queries per second. You already see they have like really everything you will ever need. Here you have your applications, so here you can add your Nextcloud and stuff. But we can't do this right now because we have to connect SafeLine with our Homelab. So SafeLine is installed on the Hostinger VPS, and we need a small device in our Homelab which will be connected to the Hostinger VPS. That way we can create a VPN between Hostinger and our Homelab. For this you can use any small Raspberry Pi in your home, an old PC, or really anything you need. I have created a small VM and I will use it to install WireGuard on it. So here on the left I have SafeLine which is running on Hostinger, and on the right I have the small VM running on my Homelab. And we need to make a connection between these two bad boys. I will start with SafeLine first, so I will just paste this command or commands. Alright, it will update the system, install WireGuard, generate a private and public key, and just output these keys. So I will hit enter here, and it's done. Here you see these are the two keys got generated. The first one is the public key and the second one is the private key. How I know this? Because if I scroll up here, as you see, first it run cat wg public dot key, which means the first one is the public key. So I will just copy them, and in this nice document I will just type Hostinger public and private. I will paste the public key here and the private key here because I will need them later. Now we need to do the same on our VM, so the one running in my Homelab. And it's done. So same here, just copy. Here I will type home, public, and private. Let's clear everything. Now we need to configure WireGuard itself. So just open this configuration file. Again, all commands in the description. And this will be its content. Here we have to enter the VPS private key. Here it is. And here we have to enter the public key of our home VM. And here you have to enter your home network. So I will delete this. At home I have 10.23.12.0. So this will be the WireGuard network, and this one is your network at home. Now hit Ctrl O to save and Ctrl X to exit. Now the same at your home, just create a configuration file, paste this bad boy. So here you need the home VM private key. Here I have home private, so just copy it. And here I need the VPS public key. And here you need to enter the IP address of your SafeLine server. If you don't have it, just type IP add here, and it should be on the top. So this is it for me. Now hit Ctrl O to save and Ctrl X to exit. Now we are almost done. Just start WireGuard on both servers. And here. Now check if they are able to communicate with each other. So just type sudo wg. Here you see the last handshake was before 1 minute, and there is some communication between them. If we run the same here, they are talking with each other. Now I have to tell my home VM it is okay to let the other WireGuard peers to communicate with your home network devices. So just paste this command. They will say permission denied, but just ignore it, it's okay. And paste this command to find out the name of your local interface. For me it is ETH0, so copy it. Just 2 commands left. With this one you enable masquerade, and here you have to enter the name of your network interface. which you have copied before. For me it is ETH0. And with our last command, you allow forwarding to this network. Now our SafeLine server should be able to communicate with devices in the home network. So I will just ping, and I have a small device running on the IP2, I think. And yes, it's reachable as you can see. Let's try another one. I have a device running at the IP4, I think. Yes, it's also reachable. And welcome to Cloudflare. Now you just have to add your DNS records, and then you can add your applications to SafeLine. So I will create an A record. Type is A. The name will be Immich.Libre-Data.org. I don't want proxy. And just paste the IP address of SafeLine. Now save. Now we can go to SafeLine and settings and create certificate. I want to get a free one, and I want it for the domains Immich.Libre-Data.org, and here I will enter my email address and submit. Alright, it's done. Now let's add the applications and add. Here I will go with Immich.Libre-Data.org. I only need 443. The CSS certificate is this one. And here I will paste the link of my image. And just to make sure it's right, I will open it in a new tab. And it's right. So application name is Immich. And submit. Alright, now if I copy this domain name, new browser tab, and enter. And as you can see, Immich is now reachable by its domain name. And if I click here, connection is secure, and the certificate is valid. We are using a Let's Encrypt certificate here, which will also get auto-renewed. But SafeLine is not only for this, because it's a web application firewall, so it can do much more. Let's go to details and take a look at this. Under security, you can enable HTTP flood. Here you can enable waiting room, which is to protect you from DDoS attacks. And here you can customize the limits if you want this. So I will save. We also have bot protect here, so it will detect bots and block them. You can also enable some conditions if you want to whitelist your internal IP addresses. I don't need this. Here you can enable dynamic encryption, JavaScript dynamic encryption, and picture dynamic watermark. I mean, you already see this tool is really amazing, and I think it's a must-have for every self-hoster. The feature I like the most here, authentication. So you can enable this, and here you can say if somebody wants to connect to my image, he must authenticate first. So here I will select account password, which means like just usernames and passwords for login, and you can also force the OTP. There is no need for approved access, and here you can also enable authentication conditions, which means here you can set some rules, and for these rules you can enable or disable this authentication method. Which means here you can enter the IP address of your company, let's say, or school, and then you don't have to enter the password when you are connecting to your servers from this network, which is really amazing. So I will leave it disabled because I don't need it now, and save. And for experts, we have some forwarding rules here and advanced settings like listen IPv6, redirect HTTP to HTTPS, and enable HSTS, and you have all things you need. But for this you need the Pro version of SafeLine. I can tell it from this logo, so when you see the logo here, it means you need the Pro version. Now because this video is sponsored by SafeLine, they have sent me a license key. So let's enable it and see what it offers. I will go to upgrade license, and here you see, with the Lite version you get geo-blocking, Pro Threat IP, you get Discord and Telegram notifications, and you can export the attack logs. And with the Pro version, you have a stronger cyber threat detection, you can do configuration per service, you have advanced statistical analysis, you can configure customized blocking page, you have upstream load balancing, and you can configure high availability with config autosync. So I will enter my license code here and activate. Alright, now I can say customize and redirect HTTP to HTTPS and enable HSTS. And here you can also enable NTLM authentication. I mean SafeLine, you guys are doing really amazing job here. Alright, let's go back and application. Okay, now authentication is enabled, which means a user must enter his username and password before being able to access Immich. So I will go to authentication and settings. Here you see I have created a user here, and if I go to edit, here I can say allow him to access Immich and save. Alright, now if I go to image.libredata.org, I have to log into SafeLine first before being able to access Immich. And now I'm in Immich. Are you enjoying this video? If yes, hit the like button, let me know in the comments, or maybe buy me a coffee if you think I deserve it, or get yourself a nice cap like this, link in the description box. Alright, let's see what do they offer also. If I go to settings here, this is a dashboard, and I think you already know why you need to get yourself a web application firewall, because it's been running for about 30 minutes I think, and you already see it blocked 19 connections. There was 9 unique IP addresses tried to connect to my Immich, and you see here the blocked rate was 15%. I have no idea what to say. I tried to log in with one IP address, so there was 8 bad boys or bots trying to connect to my Immich. And here you see 100 packets coming from Austria, which where I live, so it's okay, 16 from the US and 2 from the Ukraine. And that's really too much. Here we have security posture. So you see they blocked connection to my Immich from these IP addresses. I will hide them, you don't want to see them. And one more thing I really like, it's the data dashboard. Let's take a look at it. And here you see what is happening on your network in real time. So there is nothing happening in my network right now, but it can look like this. Here you see real-time web attack from China, and here you see some bad IP addresses and how much got blocked in the recent 24 hours and things like this. But this feature is only available for pro users. Here you see some attack logs, allow and deny. You can also configure basic attack limit and basic error limit here. So if an IP triggers attack blocking 10 times, within 60 seconds it will get automatically blocked for 30 minutes. I think 60 will be better here. And let's say 5 attacks in the last 30 seconds. And enable. The same for if IP triggers 403 or 404. And here we have the waiting room. There is nothing here. And here we have anti-bot. So you see it blocked some bots here from the US, from Austria and from France. Under authentication you can also see if users could log in or not. You can also configure single sign-on, which means if you have multiple applications behind your SafeLine, you don't have to log into each one separately. It's enough to log into one of them and then the other one will just let you in. You can enable login using GitHub, OIDC or LDAP. They have a built-in malicious IP group, so bad IPs will get automatically blocked. You can configure notifications, so it can send you Telegram or Discord. Let's actually go to application one more time. Just wanted to show you this. Here you can enable defense mode, which means attacks will be blocked, or audited mode, which means they only record without blocking, or offline mode. Now we finished installing everything. Make sure to go to Hostinger one more time, edit your firewall, and remove the rule which allow SSH, and synchronize. And that's it for today. Now as you saw before, in just about 20 or 30 minutes, there was certain unique IP addresses trying to connect to my Immich server, which is really much if you think about it. 31 connections got blocked, and there was 4 different countries trying to connect to my Immich server. And that's why, if you are willing to expose your Homelab, do it the right way. Don't just open it for everyone. Now thank you for watching, and let me know in the comments if you ran into any problem while installing SafeLine or while installing the WireGuard VPN. Just write the comment and I will reach out to help. This is Libre-Data, and we are just getting started. See you the next time.